Baby, we have so much going on tonight in the world of sports, guys. Welcome into the stream. Hopefully you're having yourself a kick-ass Monday. I know I am thus far, and excited for about the next hour or so that we're going to be hitting some different bets up. We have a Game 7 ALCS. Winner moves on to the World Series. Jays and Mariners. We also have 2 Monday Night Football games. We have a couple of NHL games going on as well. And we also will be getting prepared for the start of the NBA season tomorrow with 2 games going on. So there's a lot to dive into. We got a lot of profit boosts that we can get into. So let me go ahead and share my screen. Hopefully you guys are having an awesome Monday. And we're starting over here on DGF's AI Slip Generator. Okay, we're going to kind of get this party started. And apologies for not being able to make yesterday's stream, guys. Ate some bad food Saturday evening. That this is not the first time this has happened to me, but ate some bad food that just did not sit well with me, and I wasn't able to go at all yesterday. Had to recover. But we're back and ready to attack today. And let me go ahead and select everything. Let's start off with book by book. So we'll start off with some of the lesser-known books. If you guys have better, very rarely do we see a 2-pick entry, but we do have a 2-pick entry here, and we also have a 5-pick entry. So I'm going to go ahead and cook up this 5-pick entry. Again, these are going to be for NBA games either tomorrow or for Wednesday. And so let me go ahead and fire up my entry over here on Better. And we're going to go ahead and I'll share this slip with you guys as I'm going to cook this one up. Just try to go kind of game by game here and see what we have going on. Tripping, what's going on, man? Everyone's saying RIP FanDuel. I don't understand. I mean, I guess I'm lucky. I'm on maybe it's a mobile phone desktop thing because I'm logged on to FanDuel right now. I was placing a few bets right before the stream started. I have no issues at all with FanDuel. Looks like I got to get my code over here on Better just to make sure that we're all set up. But I saw the tweet earlier by Arbfather. But what's going on, Dr. Slips? Anton. AWS outage messed me all up. Let's definitely get back on track. What's going on? BD, what's going on, brother? How are you? Ken's making bets on FanDuel. So it might be certain folks, maybe on your phone. Maybe it's a desktop thing. Maybe it's a location thing, depending on the state or country that you're in. But I'm not having any troubles at the moment. So I'm looking at Al Horford over here. There we go. Horford over 6.5 rebounds and assists. Okay. As I got the Monday Night Countdowns up on my TV right now as we're ready to kind of jump into this. I'm excited. 2 doubleheader. I enjoy the doubleheader just from the live betting perspective. I just like having a couple of games, which is always fun. Plus, we have a massive Game 7. Tonight, guys, obviously anything can happen in a Game 7. I'm going to lean a little bit more on, playoff baseball unders. Pitching's going to dominate. And even though both these teams have good offenses, I'm expecting it to be a lower scoring game. Miami Fairbairn tonight, under 6.5 kicking points. All right. And then we're looking at Derek White over here with the Celtics. So this is mostly an NBA slip. Under 4.5 made threes. Okay. And I'm going to take the insurance on this one, guys. So this is going to be a dynamic play for me. And let me go ahead and share this link with you. Outside of Better, what do we got for Dabble? A 3-pick entry where it's only a 1.5% edge, so it's okay. It's not great. Pick 6 Irish for the boost. Yeah, I mean, obviously we have 2 games. We'll try our best, Irish. I'm not. You know me, man. I'm not going to force a slip just to make one. Right? That's the one thing I don't like to do. Just because there's a boost, if it's all shit picks, I'm not going to put one together. But obviously, if there's value, then we're going to create one and share that as well. I think that's somewhere another reason the books try to really loop you in is that they just try to throw these boosts out and you're like, oh, it's a boost, it's going to be good, but not always the case. And Irish, you know that better than most. But hopefully there is. So we'll take a peek for sure. Dabble, let's look at Fliff. Again, low percentage play here. I don't like to take plays that are under 3% EV edge, but if you wanted to, this would be the play over here. Nice to hear that, John. You hit 4 pick 6 boosts yesterday from Alex. Love that. Love it. Yeah, Alex, I mean, he was cooking yesterday. No doubt about that. That's it. That's his new favorite thing. I mean, it's the thing that's out here that we're going after the most is the DraftKings pick 6. Yeah, shit picks. We don't want any shit picks, basically. So, holy shit. You know what, guys? I just really... By the way, I forgot about this one. And you guys tail this slip I put together on Better? I totally forgot about this one. Mason McTavish. We put this together on when? We submitted this on 10/11. So this was like 9 days ago we made this slip. Totally. Now, this is an old one then. I totally forgot about that one. I have to add that one to my records. Because this was when Judkins went up against the Steelers. So I haven't checked Better in a minute. Forgot about that one. So it's for the Northeast. Appreciate that. So that definitely stinks because there's a lot of value out there right now, guys. I bet some Kate Otten props earlier on FanDuel, over 3.5 catches, over 29.5 receiving yards. I got Sterling Shepard on FanDuel for anytime TD at plus 360. There's definitely some FanDuel value out there. And Aiden Hill over on his goalie saves. I know FanDuel scores goalie saves a little bit differently. If they're taking on Carolina, Carolina fires off the most shots in the league. But for those of you that are in the Northeast, apologies. You're probably going to get a little FOMO here with FanDuel, but we're definitely going to look for some FanDuel plays. So a lot of 5 and 6 pick entries, not my jam for the most part, but if you guys want some of these, you can obviously do so over here on PrizePicks. I'm not going to share a link because I'm not betting any of these guys. It's not that they're bad picks. I do not like playing 5 and 6 pick entries unless I have to. On Better, it's a different story because that's the best odds that we can receive on a slip is 5 picks. I prefer to play 3 picks on PrizePicks and Underdog. So, but there we go. Andrew, FanDuel Monday Night Football pick. Yeah, Andrew, I just kind of went over a couple of them right there. I mean, we're going to jump into the picks. We're going to jump into a lot of stuff. For those of you that are waiting to see something else other than PrizePicks and Underdog, trust me, we'll get there. A lot to get into. Just trying to kind of go around the horn a little bit to satisfy everyone. Some people live in states where they don't have FanDuel, period. Some do, some don't. So we're just trying to kind of make the rounds a little bit. Headed to Heinz Field for the game this week as the opposing fan. Do I need to wear generic shirts? No, you do not. Had a friend of mine a couple years ago, probably 6-7 years ago, went with me. Packers, Steelers. It was like a Sunday night game. No, we're not like Philadelphia. Now, listen, every city's got a couple bad eggs, right? But for the most part, I would like to think that the city of Pittsburgh is pretty kind to others. And especially you're being a Packers fan, a lot of respect on the Packers organization and the way they do things and run things. You know, so it's not like you're from Cleveland. You actually run a solid organization. So I would like to think that the Steelers faithful will give you some respect. Here's a 3-pick entry. If you guys can rock this over here with college football props, this would be one. Obviously, I can't. I'm probably going to just cook up a slightly different slip that just doesn't include Coleman Bennett because I can't play college football props. So we're looking at what, Ayton? And we took Horford's over rebounds and assists, but we're going to have to take his under on his points. So the over 11.5 rebounds and assists, this already bump? Yeah, this already bumped on Ayton. So, okay. Let's jump over to the optimizer. Let's start off with DraftKings. Pick 6 entries. Let's focus on league. We'll just focus on NFL specifically so that everyone can kind of look at the boosts. So off the hop, OddsJam says that there's a bunch of garbage out here, but there could be a couple diamonds in the rough. So Kenneth Walker rushing and receiving yards, under 66.5. FanDuel's got this at 61.5. Okay, I'm interested on this Kenneth Walker play. Baker Mayfield over on his passing yards. This is okay. Again, it's only a 2-yard difference. I don't think that this is going to land at 257 or 258. It could happen, but I'm okay with this play. With Kenneth Walker rushing yards, we can only pick one of these. Honestly, I'd probably rather take the under on his rushing yards. I'd rather take Baker and Kenneth Walker on these two. And then what else do we have? I do like taking Gibbs under on his rushing yards. Tampa has one of the best run defenses in the entire league. So let me log in over here, guys. I think I'm already in on DraftKings. I just got to go over to pick 6. And I'm going to cook this one up. We're going with Baker, going with Kenneth Walker and Jahmyr Gibbs. So we'll see if we can hit this one up. So we're looking for what? Gibbs on his rushing yards. Just kind of waiting for the site to load up here, and I can share the link with you guys. All right, we're taking the less on Gibbs, and then the other two, and then we're taking what? The Tampa, we're taking what? Passing yards for Baker over. I don't mind that at all. Baker's been absolutely playing. He's the front runner for the MVP, in my opinion. He's playing insanely well. You know, the only scary thing with Kenneth Walker is like, it doesn't take the dude much. Literally, he can just rip off one anytime, and he's going to house it. All right, so this is going to be, here we go. And we're going to go with this, and I'm going to share this with you guys. It's going to be a 3-pick entry over here on pick 6. If you guys have the boost, throw it. Let me share this. Copy it. Bam. Walker's birthday. No, he's not going to get too many rushing yards by my count. So there's the link, guys, if you want to copy that over on pick 6. I'm just going to take a little screenshot. You could throw this in your OddsGM bet tracker. Typically, I don't do that, guys, for DFS. I just let Pickett track everything over there. That's kind of how I like to take it. And obviously, make sure you claim your winning packs. If there's anything else here, receiving yards on Gibbs over 26.5. I could do the over on Gibbs' receiving yards. I don't have a problem with that. I know I'm taking his under on his rushing yards. We're taking his over on receiving yards. Sam Darnold, under 225.5. It's minus 112 on FanDuel, but with the boost, it's decent. Dalton Schultz, over 36.5. Okay. The Dalton Schultz plays okay. It's not great. Again, though, with the boost, guys, this is going to make it pretty solid. It's going to make it an EV play with how good this play is with the boost. So there you are, over 36.5. So we're taking over on Gibbs and Schultz receiving yards. And then Arroyo under 14.5. It's an extra yard, but not a huge deal. Goff under on his passing yards. It's a negative correlation play. I don't want to play that. Under on Kenneth Walker's rushing and receiving yards. Again, not crazy about that one. But Sam Darnold, it's okay. The passing yards on Sam Darnold's it's fine. It's not ideal, but we could do that. Under 225.5. Make sure we apply the boost. It's a $50 max entry. Okay. Throw this down. And I'll share this one with you guys as well. So a couple different slips out here for pick 6. Okay. Make sure you guys put the boost on that. That's going to be well worth it. Not going to lie, the first slip I put together, I totally forgot to put the boost on it. But this one I didn't. All right, let's take a look at, let's go over to some arbitrage. Made a video, guys, that came out last week, late last week, just about arbitrage betting and, you know, what it is, how you can execute it, how you do it, how you use it, answering some kind of FAQs. So we have a great opportunity here for those with FanDuel and Bookmaker. I don't know if this is legit anymore. Let me just double check FanDuel's odds. We're looking at Nick Chubb rushing and receiving yards. So this is going to be let's see. Chubb on, this is what, for him to get 60 yards? Yeah, I don't see the over 50. I mean, I'm probably looking in the wrong spot here. This is where obviously the one-click bet feature really helps out, guys. Here we go. All rushing and receiving. Yeah, we know about that. Chubb's at 47.5, but here we go. Alternate rushing and receiving. So for him to get 60, yeah, this is 168. So the question is now, is this available on Bookmaker, which is a global sports book, guys, that I like to use from time to time? My guess is probably not. But if it is, this is going to be an incredible arb. And these are two books that I would love to go after this type of play. So all I'm just going to do is come over here. I can't showcase to you guys where this is with rushing and receiving. 59.5. So no, they just have this at 47.5. And if I take this There's no alt lines here, guys. So unfortunately, I can't find this on Bookmaker. So this isn't a real play then, in my opinion. If it is, then I'm just looking in the wrong spot. So I'm just going to hide this bet right now. Hide both of these. There we go. And so now we're looking at Jared Goff, right? I could hit this up on a couple different Canby sports books, right? This is over 4% EV edge. You guys are going to start to notice tomorrow and Wednesday for sure. NBA arbitrage player prop betting is going to be insane. And you're going to definitely want to take a look. My setup is just main markets and player props. I'm looking at date ranges for today. If we bring in the next 7 days, you're going to maybe notice some different plays with the NBA, possibly. But all I'm looking for here is a maximum of 10% ROI. Don't have anything set up for my minimum. DVIG settings is Pinnacle. And again, the league is the NFL. So if we added the NBA, this might change a couple of things. But in general, you're going to see some Dyson Daniels plays, right? Bovada, DraftKings, or maybe even Onyx with Bovada. This is insane. 5.5% EV edge. Jared Goff, I could do this with Hard Rock and Bally Bet. Jahmyr Gibbs, if you guys have thrills, hit this play up. Definitely hit the under 16.5 up as a straight wager over here on thrills. This is an incredible play on Gibbs. As you guys can see, we have some different NBA props that are kind of sprinkled in here. Just to kind of show you guys, when the NBA comes back, you can see when we're scrolling, everything's above 3%, right? It takes us a little bit till we get to the under 3% EV edge plays. So obviously this is going to depend on where you live and the sports books that you have, but there's some really good opportunities to day trade these books. Poor, what happened to SportsZeno? I mean, nothing. They're still operating as a sports book. I just was a little tough on their verification process. They obviously were very strict on their verification process, and I just didn't like the fact that you had to share a bank account number on your bank statement, but they're still operating and you can still use them. You're going to get limited by them fairly quickly, but you can make a lot of money on them in a short amount of time. No doubt about that. So there's nothing really negative about SportsZeno. If anyone in here has used it and want to give their 2 cents on it, please feel free to do so. If we're looking at the sharp money tool, right? A little bit of confusion, guys, sometimes with the sharp money tool. And we'd just like to kind of expand a little bit more on what we're thinking here with the sharp money tool. Remember, the sharp money tool is designed with the foundational belief that there are professional bettors out there that have, a $500,000 or $3 million bankroll, and placing $200 and $300 bets over on FanDuel is not worth their time. So going over to NoVig, going over to ProfitX, you can create your own bets. You can create your own wagers in your own markets. You can put up as much money as you want to in these markets. So if we see something that's a little outrageous, like JT Miller shots on goal tonight between the Wild and the Rangers, this would be a play that I'm interested in, right? Someone's put up $5,400 on offering you to bet his under 2.5. Meaning that this bettor wants this play at plus 145 odds. Someone jumped ahead of them, penny jumped them for $1,000. So we see $6,400 right now in JT Miller that they're offering you under 2.5 shots. So someone out there is willing to risk $5,400. They really like JT Miller on his over 2.5 shots. So the idea behind this is that we believe that whoever posted $5,400 is a sharp professional sports bettor. That's why they're putting so much money up. That's more money than any recreational sports book will take on a player prop. You cannot bet $5,400 on an NHL player prop with a lot of these recreational books. You might be able to 1 or 2 times, but then you're going to get limited. They don't take that kind of activity and that liquidity. So we want to bet the other side of it. We want to be on the side that the sharp sports bettor's on, that we believe. So he's getting this at plus 145. We can get this over at plus 145 on DraftKings or Fanatics. So we would want to go ahead and place this bet over there. So that's what I'm going to go ahead and do over on DraftKings. I'm just going to go over the sports book. Now, again, guys, with this whole strategy, we're going to flat bet, okay? You can use the Kelly criterion method if you wanted to. I like to use just a flat betting, flat staking type of method. So, figure out what 1 unit is to you off your bankroll. What's your entire bankroll? Figure out what 1% is of that bankroll. That's what 1 unit is. And then look to make 1 unit. So obviously we're taking plus odds here. So if 1 unit to use $100, then just wager whatever, $40, $50, $60 that gets you to a profit payout of $100. So Over here on the NHL, I'm just going to come over here on to DraftKings. There's $6,400 available in this market. So I'm going to come over here. I'm just going to go to shots on goal. And we're just going to come here. Now, sometimes, guys, this will be offered right here. JT Miller, 3+, which is over 2.5. Or you could just come down to their over-unders. Normally, you'll receive sometimes a slightly better price. But you can see JT Miller's main line is over-under 1.5. So for this case, we want the +3, right? And I'm just going to recheck my location here because it's been a minute with DraftKings. And I'm just maybe simply going to wager $100, right? And just do it that way. Now, DraftKings is also offering us a bunch of promos. And we have about 25 minutes before this Monday Night Football game's out there. So we got some SGP boosts, so we're going to opt into that. We got this King of the Hill touchdown thing as well. We have that. We got score boost, get a profit boost for any TD score. So I just want to check the details out of this. This is a max $20 bet. We're going to opt into that for sure on DraftKings. Okay. And then we're just going to come over here. And first, I'm just going to put this that we're betting this over on the Sharp Money tool. $100, right? Try that one out. You're looking at Jahmyr Gibbs on his under 16.5 rushing yards. We talked about this. There's various different liquidity amounts between NoVig and ProfitX, but there's roughly $5,200 combined between the 125 to 137 range. Pinnacle's only taking $1,500 on this, so I would definitely want to jump on this play. Alex Tuck, Pinnacle's taking a max limit of $250. There's $3,800 available, or at least $3,000 here, $800 here. That's wildly way head and shoulders above $250. So I would want to go ahead and bet Alex Tuck on the over 2.5 shots on Hard Rock. You could get the same play over on Bovada as well. CJ Stroud, Pinnacle's taking $1,500 limit here on the passing yards. Well, on DraftKings, we could bet his under 228.5. And this is not quite twice the amount that Pinnacle's taking, but it's still a little bit more than that. So I'd be willing to just put down 1 unit on this play for CJ, right? So passing props, right? And this is another way, guys, that you can mix in maybe a sharp play with just, an SGP. So if I know that there's an SGP here and I'm looking at passing yards, I'll say, all right, I'll take Stroud's under, okay? And I could straight bet this, or I could just come over here to the EV tool and say, all right, dude, just show me some plays right now for DraftKings, right? And let's go for Pinnacle. And let's clear this out and let's make this the NFL. And I don't want any alternate markets, and I want the date range for today. And we can set this for like a -200 to like a +150. What's going on, LV? Darius, good question. I don't have any info on that yet. As soon as I find out, though, I'll definitely let you guys know about that. But a very good question. Not yet, Trent. Didn't drop any shots on goal yet. Not yet. And let's take a look, okay? So we're looking for the Texans, because we know, if I could spell, we know that we're taking CJ under. So we could take Woody Marks under 2.5. Yo, I kind of like this, right? Okay. Charbonnet, we could bet him to not score a touchdown. We could also bet his over on his rushing yards. This looks good to Pinnacle. Okay, so this is where we could say, all right, give me a Woody Marks. Give me a Woody Marks here. Let's go with what? We're going Charbonnet over on his rushing yards. And then we're going, receptions, I believe, for Woody Marks. Is that the play? Under 2.5 at -139. Okay. So come down here to receptions. And that's for yards, my bad. There we go. Can we throw something on this bonus? And we can. We can get a 20% boost. $100 max wager for me. Now, here's something that's really important to note. Okay. So we get this Marks play. Let me check what we got. We got the Marks play. We got the Charbonnet play. Okay. So what I might need to do, guys, is open up this event page. Okay. Because this is how you're going to find out, even with the boost, is this an actual good play? Right. I don't know. And this is where you have to go onto the event page, guys. And it's a bit of a pain in the butt. I'm not going to lie. It is. It's a bit of a pain in the butt. We're looking at rushing yards. So give me some player rushing yards. Charbonnet, we're taking what? We're taking is over 37.5. Okay. And then let's take the passing yards. And we're going CJ. We're going CJ under 228.5. So you're going to have to go in through this like this way, guys. This is the way you're going to have to go through it to find out that we should be getting odds of plus 508. That's the odds that we should be receiving. We're getting odds of plus 492. So I'm okay. Even with the boost, it's still not as good, right? We should be getting odds of plus 508. DraftKings is like, hey, man, this boost is going to give you odds of plus 492. It's not quite all that great, but it's okay, right? So I'll go in for a $50 spot here and throw this down. Okay, and this is going to be the parlay, right? So unfortunately, a lot of times with these SGP boosts, they're not ideal, okay? But we're taking CJ under, Charbonnet over, Woody Marks, and this is going to be our three-leg parlay. Okay, so it's a little slightly negative EV. Not maybe negative EV, but not as good of a price that we could be receiving. So I'll just come over here and type in a 50 spot, and this is how I'm choosing to use my boost. Because I know that normally with SGPs, you get ripped off in price, and even the boost, guys, that they give you on top of it isn't very good. But for account health purposes, this helps our account health out quite a bit, right? Quite a bit. So some different ways, guys, for SGPs tonight. If you want to grab some plays here, you can grab the over on the Bucks, right? You could take Woody's under receptions. You could take the over on Charbonnet, right? You could take JSN, anytime touchdown score. We know we're receiving a boost over here on FanDuel. We can also, or on DraftKings. So we could take a JSN anytime touchdown. And that's another thing that I'm going to do for my little boost right now is I know that we're getting a really good payout. So I'll just come over here to TD scores. We'll grab JSN, anytime TD score. We're getting a 33% boost. The max I can put on this is $20. We're getting this at plus 180 odds. Make sure you throw the boost on that, guys. So we're taking JSN over on DraftKings. That's what we're doing our boost on. You can see that if I get this at plus 180 odds, this makes it a 20% EV edge play. Add this to my bet tracker. The bet tracker's free at Odds Jam. We're throwing $20 on it. That's how I'm using the DraftKings boost. Okay? So we hit up DraftKings on their boost. Let's take a look at FanDuel, because I know FanDuel has some boosts. For those of you in the Northeast, I apologize. I'm also going to mix in Hard Rock for my own self, because Hard Rock's got some boosts going on tonight. All right, I talked about this Cade Otton play. I bet this earlier at plus 102 odds. Right now, it's at plus 100 on FanDuel for him to get 30 receiving yards in tonight's game. Again, when you can find odds on FanDuel that are similar to ESPN or Ballybet or Fanatics, this is where I like to attack FanDuel. So it's a bit of a check mark for me, right? If I see an EV play popping up on FanDuel and I see that they're similarly priced to Fanatics or Ballybet, bro, those are some really easy books to make money on. So this is where I want to go bet over on FanDuel, okay? If I'm looking over here at Hard Rock, obviously I have some opportunities with Hard Rock with an SGP, right? I got Cade Otton, I got David Montgomery anytime TD score. This looks great on Hard Rock. I'm just going to go bet this now. This looks really, really good. So over here on Hard Rock, I'm going to keep this session active. Anytime TD, I'm going to grab this. I understand that only a few states have Hard Rock. If you live in a state, guys, that has Hard Rock, oh my God, go, go, go. So now I'm a little nervous betting $360. I'm not going to lie here. Circa moved down, a sharp book. They went from minus 110 to minus 125. Pinnacle's kind of chilling. FanDuel just moved down a little bit as well. They were at a minus 140. They went to minus 145. So we got some nice movement here. So I'll go in for $250. Again, guys, when I tell you guys to place bets, I just don't tell you to place a bet. I actually put my money where my mouth is. So we're going to go a $250 spot here on David Montgomery. This game's about to start in 17 minutes. My location, it's a location thing. I just got to refresh my page. But we'll wait to get that. Okay, we got that one. So there's Montgomery, $250. Again, I'm still a little nervous. I'm just scared. I'm not used to betting $370. I probably should bet at that, but I'm just a little nervous. So if I come back over here, guys, I got this SGP going on right here with Hard Rock, and I want to make sure that I can grab this. So again, I'll kind of double dip. We'll go with Montgomery for an anytime touchdown. I will go with receptions. I'm already on Cade Otton once. We'll grab him again to get 4. Again, guys, make sure you see this play on Hard Rock. This goes for any and all sports books. This is how they try to trick you. Okay. So plus 155, right? So over 3.5 catches plus 155. When you scroll down, what you're going to notice is, I go to 4+ receptions. Wait a minute, Kate Otton's only a plus 130. Because you got to go to the over-unders. That's where you have to go to find these plays. And look at that. It's a completely different price. Instead of getting paid out of plus 130 odds, you're getting paid out of plus 155 odds. Just scroll down. Scroll down a little bit. These books, all of these books do it. They try to rip you off time and time again. Don't fall for their traps. Go to the over-under. That's where you're going to find this. This happens with DraftKings, MGM. All these books do it. Okay? So I'm going to say, okay, I'm getting Kate Otten here at a good price. I'm getting Monty over here on this SGP. What else do we have in this Lions game? Right? I'm trying to cook up an SGP right before the game starts to appear like I'm a casual sports bettor. Rashad White under on his receiving yards. Okay? Again, if I'm taking Lions spreads, I don't really want to take him at minus 3.5 at all. I'm totally cool with also betting an over on this play. If I'm betting overs on this, then I would say I'd take the 51.5. Right? I'd rather do that because it looks to be a better play. We could go for the most EV edge play. I could take Laporta over on his catches. I could take Rashad White under on his receiving yards. Couple things I could do here, right? So Laporta, we could go the over 4.5. And then I could even take this a step further and say, Rashad White under 50.5. Let's throw this profit boost on here. And let's see what this ends up being, right? Because I'm getting odds of plus 1,500, okay? So if I grab Rashad White under and I grab Sam Laporta over, OddsJam tells me up here, let me just refresh the page. And if I'm moving a little quick, guys, I do apologize, right? We're moving quick and fast. 4-leg parlay, I should be getting odds of plus 1891, okay? Now, with this boost, I'm getting odds of looks like 2050, okay? Because a $10 wager pays me out $205. So this is a pretty good boost. So I'm going to obviously want to probably put the max on this. Again, I'm taking some time here to break this down. Hopefully you guys, if you appreciate this math, this is how to break down your parlays to find out if they're actually any good. Find the fair win probability. Spot 42, spot 4 times spot 548. Where's the next play at? We got Montgomery, Rashad White, spot 519 times spot 519. We need all of these legs to hit. All of them to hit, right? Laporta times spot 514. We have a 6.2% chance of hitting this parlay. So I come over to the Kelly calculator. I say, Kelly, here's what's going on. I like to use quarter Kelly. I have a 6.2% chance of winning this parlay. Okay. If I double check my odds payout, I'm getting odds of $10 and basically it's changing a little bit right now. Looks like it's 1800. It's basically 1805 is what I'm getting. So I'm getting odds of 1805, and they're telling me, this is actually a very EV edge parlay. You'd want to wager $50. So over here on this play, I'm just going to come over here with a 4-leg parlay and throw this down. And there we go. My $50 parlay is going to pay me out $960 if we hit on these 4 plays. So I just come back over here, guys, to the EV tool, come up to the top, throw in $50, and then I will adjust this payout, right, in my bet tracker. I'll come over to my bet tracker, and I'll say, you know what, I'm getting odds that are way better than this. Come over here, click the little pencil sign, and say that this is an odds boost, and I'm really getting paid out of plus, let's see. Maybe 1810. It's 1820. And there we go. So let me catch up on the chat here for a second. Billy, do you know if Edge Boost is back usable with Caesars? Don't know that, World Rank. Not really sure. FanDuel's down user. FanDuel's down for a lot of people on the East Coast. Obviously, I'm in Arizona, so I'm not running into that issue, but I've heard a lot of people on the East Coast are having trouble with FanDuel. So you're not alone in that regard. Why is Vlad minus 3,000 to get a hit tonight, Umar? Probably just because he only needs to get one hit. That's what I'm guessing. But I would say it's a good question, but that's most likely why. If we're looking at FanDuel, and I know not everyone can use FanDuel right now, but we'll throw an ESPN bet as well. Let's take a look at some plays here. We talked about K-Dot, and I'm on these plays, guys. I got it at plus 152, so you can get this at a slightly better price. So I like his over on his catches. I like his over on his receiving yards. Once we get down into this area, plays aren't as nearly as good. Zach Charbonnet, this is way off to Pinnacle. While they're only taking $500, Pinnacle did drop off a lot within about 3 hours ago. They went from minus 157 to minus 193. FanDuel went from minus 148 to minus 154. We can grab some Charbonnet under 1.5 player receptions. So let me throw this up right now. Again, we do have some different promos over here, guys. You could do the old choose your own reward. We are going to look at some anytime goal scorers for sure, but there's some different rewards that we can go with. 130% boost or a 3-leg SGP or 25% boost to use on live wagers. Really your choice. I'll probably, the SGP boost, guys, is probably really poor. So I'm just going to go ahead and claim, I'm going to go with the 30% or longer or live wagers. So we can either play an SGP. I'd rather do the live wagers. Even though it's max $10, I'd rather have the lower boost, but I can at least play straight wagers here. This is an SGP, so I don't really like that. So I'm going to take the live profit boosts. And what else do we have? We got some reward stacks. This is going to be for tomorrow, guys. We're back to 2 streams tomorrow. One at 9 a.m. Eastern, one at 6 p.m. Eastern. I will be streaming Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Friday, I am traveling to Mexico for just 1 day. So I won't be streaming Friday or Saturday. I will be streaming on Sunday. So the Charbonnet play, we can get this. It's a lower edge play, but I'm all right with it. Under 1.5 receptions. OddsJam's telling me to bet 220. We might just go maybe with a 200. Player total receptions. Where's Sharbs? There he is. Again, we can go 200 on this one. There we go. So we're taking Sharbs under 1.5 receptions on FanDuel. Throw it in the bet tracker. There we go. What else do we have? We're kind of on the edge here with Rachaad White. It's okay. It's not ideal. But Bookmaker and Pinnacle are seeing this at one place. And you can obviously get this on no vig. Guys, go grab this on no vig at minus 111. That's a great play on no vig. I could also get this over on any Canby Sportsbook. Over on receptions, I just have Rachaad White under on his rushing yards. But I would rather go bet this over at Ballybet or Bet Rivers instead of FanDuel, because that changes things quite a bit if I can get this at minus 114 odds. And again, since this game's starting soon, guys, we could probably get a decent amount down. So I'm going to bet Rachaad White over 3.5 catches. I just think that the Bucs might have to run the ball with their short passing game through the air a little bit. So we're going to grab Rachaad over here. You can get this on FanDuel as well. They're telling me to bet 220 on this play if we can. I don't know if Ballybet's thrown a couple of limits on me. But again, this is before the game starts. So I'm excited to see what we got here. Offensive player props, receiving. What do we got here? Let's go down to the bottom. Receiving yards. We want 4 receptions. So Rachaad White right here. Let's go $200. Can we get that? 132.44. Okay, that's fine. I'll just go 130. And there we go. So we hit the over there on Ballybet. So we'll add this to the bet tracker. Let's take a look at some NHL anytime goal scorers. It's actually what they were recommending me to wager on anyway, so not bad. Let's take a look. Let's clear out everything. Let's reset it all. And let's see what we have going on. So if you guys don't know, something that I recently, and OGs and DGens know this, something that I recently opened up. These are a little low for me, even with Kaprizov. I opened up a group class. The first class is Wednesday, October 29th at 8 p.m. Eastern, where it's a class where you guys, it's one class every 2 weeks where you can work with me one-on-one in a more, not one-on-one, but in a group class setting where you can ask questions and we can kind of help you focus on your goals to grow as a sports bettor, whether that's EV betting, arbitrage, whether it's live betting or pregame betting, no matter the sport, whether it's P2 and multi-accounting, we can kind of go through there in those classes and help you out. And so the first class is Wednesday, October 29th at 8 p.m. It's once every 2 weeks for 3 months. There's 6 total classes. Each class is 1 hour long. So if you guys want to sign up for that and take a look at it, I'll drop the link here in the chat for you guys, and you can go check that out. Irish, DK of the end zone. Yeah, so we saw this DK end zone thing. I'm just going to read the promo once more because I don't know how excited I am about this promo. But let's see what we have. So this is a... Between the 4 games, you'll be issued 1 issuing qualifying bet token that works on a pre-match NFL prop. Minimum $5. Oh, yeah, we want to definitely opt into this. The king of the end zone. So I'm guessing that I'm just going to read, because we got about 5 minutes before this Lions game starts, so we definitely want to hurry up on this one. I would look for this to be like a first touchdown scorer, guys, I would say. That would be how I would go about this. Because I think that would be something that maybe we could attack and have a good time, like Seahawks, maybe defense. That could be something. Dalton Schultz. JSN first-time touchdown score is okay. It's not ideal, but it's okay. Kenbone Walker. Torrey Horton, not really. On DraftKings, let's take a look at the other game. Let's look at the Lions and the Bucks. What do we got? Craig Reynolds, love it. Abuka's okay. I don't mind the Abuka play. Jameson Williams compared to Circa, not very good. Sean Tucker isn't bad. Sterling Shepard. Now, why is Circa so far off on this play? Sterling Shepard. This is really interesting because Circa's way off compared to all the other books on Sterling Shepard. And I don't know why. So it would either be Sterling. I would probably say Sterling Shepard's going to be my pick. First touchdown score. Again, guys, I'm looking to go a little bit outside the box. But again, I also don't know that if we bet a first-time touchdown score, if that really changes anything. But for me, guys, this is a $5 bet. Like, I'm just going to play the bare minimum $5. So I'm just going to go with Sterling Shepard. This is how I'm going to play my King of the Hill. My King of the Hill. So let's go TD scores, Mr. Shepard as the first. And again, we're going to have our bonus. So we'll select this, and this is going to be $5. Again, it pays us out $130 if it hits. So there we go. So we're in for Sterling Shepard, King of the End Zone. That's going to be my choice. Again, no problem if you want to go with JSN or maybe even Kenneth Walker. But I'm going to go with a Sterling Shepard. Where's he at, dude? There he is. And it's only $5. So you know me, I like to put these on really big, long shots, guys. Have some fun with it. No, it was basically the promo, Irish. I mean, I would advise you just to read it. It says, if the player in your qualifying bet scores the longest touchdown of the night, you'll win a share. Yeah, so longest touchdown. So there definitely is maybe some you want to go after play. Jameson Williams is going to be a popular one. Sterling Shepard's a little sneaky. Kenneth Walker can rip one off. He's got incredible speed. But that's why I'm going to go with Shepard. So, yeah, it is the longest touchdown score of the night. I got to imagine everyone's taking Jameson Williams, but we're going to go a little bit against the grain. For our anytime goal scorers, guys, I like to go after plays that are 3% edge and higher. So Kaprizov, while he's a machine in scoring, I don't like it. Seth Jarvis, dude, he's like my favorite player this year in the league. You could go bet this on FanDuel at 185 or 180. I'm going to try to hit this on Ballybet right now. What do we got here? What do we got, dude? What do we got? Yeah, we're just going to log back in over here. Or you guys can hit this up on Bet Rivers if you want to. I don't know if I'm going to be able to bet $80 or $100, but this is a very good play. And it's the Hurricanes taking on the Golden Knights. And let's go to the NHL. What can I bet over here on Seth Jarvis? That's what I want to know. What can you let me bet on here? Let's go goal score. Bingo. Let's go $100. Will you let me do that? $62.99. Okay, it's fine. Just round this to 60. So we're going to bet $60 on Seth Jarvis. Anytime goal scorer. Got some limits on Ballybet. We're not dead yet with Ballybet, but it's coming. It'll probably be here before the end of the week with NBA. There we go. So that's going to be my only play right now, guys, for NHL goal scorers is Seth Jarvis on a Canby Sportsbook. You can get this on FanDuel at plus 180. The problem is it drops this EV edge down to just over 1%, which not great. But if you have a boost, you could throw it on there. Yeah, Ibuka's going to be... Remember, guys, I'm thinking of this as, I like... With a $5 bet, everyone's going to want to take the favorite. The guy that has the most wheels. And sometimes I like to take a sneaky one. Because it could just be a Sterling Shepard, 30-yard touchdown pass. Doesn't necessarily have to be a 70-yard bomb. So we could have that, right? That's where if you took a tight end, that would be real sneaky. Because, if it's under 35 yards, those tight ends could get in there, Think of Pat Freiermuth on Thursday night against the Bengals. No one saw that one coming, but he ended up being the longest touchdown scorer of the night. So that can happen. But we got some stuff going on. We got the game starting up soon. Let me just quickly take a look for baseball, MLB, because we got a game going on tonight. Tomorrow morning, guys, we're going to be looking at college football lines for next weekend, or this upcoming weekend. NFL lines, Game 1 World Series. We're going to be taking a look at that as well. And we're going to be looking at just some various different things, which are going to be a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to it. Markets, just leave off alt markets. What do we got here? Okay, so Shane Bieber, over 12.5 player outs, over 3.5 hits allowed. So this is kind of against the grain. If Shane Bieber gives up 4 hits, guys, it's not impossible, but it's probably unlikely he's going to stay in the game. Who are we using as our sharp here? Pinnacle? Interesting, because normally Bet 105 copies Pinnacle's odds. So this could be kind of a dead play. I'm probably just going to hide this one. There's high chance that this is dead. But Bieber over 3.5 hits allowed tonight. So if you believe in the Mariners offense, then this could be something we could go after. Now, compared to Bookmaker, this is not a good play, right? These two books, Pinnacle and Bookmaker, disagree. But Bookmaker's moved from plus 115 to plus 110, a little bit of movement. Pinnacle's really moved. They were at plus 111. They're now down to minus 104. A lot of movement here, guys. I'm going to go after Props Builder. Here. I don't mind this play. I'm going to go over to Bet Online, grab this. Am I going to put 180 on this? No. Am I going to put 125 to 150? Probably 125 is going to be where I'm going with this one. We're just going to go to the over-under section. Hits allowed. And you got to move quick sometimes with this, guys. Bieber's at 120. It already moved to plus 100 odds. Unbelievable. This play's dead. Grab this on No Vig for if you guys can get any money down on this. Grab it because it's dead over here on Props Builder. It's already at plus 100. So that was a very good play to grab. It's already dead, which stinks. What else do we got? Bieber on his earned runs. Over 1.5 earned runs on DraftKings. Whoa. Man, that's some movement there. Yeah. Let's go over on DraftKings and grab this. I'm in. Let's go. Where's DraftKings at? This is a lot of movement. So over 1.5 earned runs. I could also do this on Onyx here, guys. We talked about them before. Great book. Big fan of them. For pregame betting, I like to use them for pregame betting. So I'll just do this on Onyx instead. 120, I'm fine with that. Let me go ahead back home here. Just refreshing the page. And we're looking at what? Player earned runs. And we're looking to put up probably about $125 down here. Let's see. So we got Joe Buck and Troy Aikman getting ready to kick things off. Again, we're back on tomorrow morning, 9 a.m. Eastern, guys. Can we go 125? Come on. Come on, let's do it. Oh, my God, it moved 2 cents. I'm still okay with it moving 2 cents. That's not that big of a deal. This is what you get with Onyx sometimes. There was an issue. Okay, try it again. It's at 104. I don't get 106. This is why Onyx, guys, sometimes can be a real pain in the ass because it's all over the place. 2 cents of a movement isn't going to be the end of the world for me. So there we go. We got that at minus 106. I'm still totally fine with that. If you can get it at DraftKings, you could probably get it at minus 104. Okay. There we go. I'm in on that. I like it. And DraftKings just moved to minus 108, literally as we said it. So crazy. This Kirby play here, guys, on ProfitX. The over 1.5 player earned runs at minus 102. $1,500 is 3 times the amount of money that Pinnacle's taking. So this is one of those maybe sharp money plays that I'm a little nervous on. I would probably, in general, stay away from this unless you want to sharp money this bad boy and look to bet the under. Then obviously you could bet this maybe over at Pinnacle. That's just something to think about. When there's 1,500 and Pinnacle's taking 500, this is something from the EV tool I wouldn't touch. And in general, maybe you just don't play anything altogether. All right, guys, that's where I'm going to pause right now. I know it's a bit of a shorter stream, but I'm going to be on tomorrow. Back to 2-a-days, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. We're going to be doing 2 streams every day, 9 a.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Eastern. I got to hurry up and run, but I wanted to make sure we got some time in to look at some different plays. A lot to jump into. Enjoy the football tonight. Enjoy the baseball. Get ready to look for some mainline money line spreads and totals. And NBA returns tomorrow, guys. It's going to be a huge day. And we'll make sure you lock it in with me. Questions, email me, DM me. Appreciate the support. Appreciate you guys tuning in. And we'll talk soon. Peace.